All right, everybody, welcome back. So now we're going to talk about the design team. So this goes from costumes to lights to set, the main elements of design. Maybe some of you have worked in these areas. Set design, costume design, lights, and sound. Those are the four main parts of the design team. It's everything that you see on stage and here on stage. So the design process is like everything else. Everything begins with the script. Very important to remember that, right? Without the playwright, we don't have a script. Without the actors, we don't have people to tell that story in theater as a medium. And without the script, we don't have anything to design. So through repeated readings and design meetings with the director and other collaborators, a comprehensive design emerges. They all come together with their own art. Every artist comes together with their own plan, and then they make a cohesive thing. So you start with the script. For example, Alexander Hamilton from Hamilton. It just starts with words on a page, and you have a set rendering. You have costume renderings, as you can see here. These aren't built yet. These are just ideas from the script. Then we have lighting ideas. It's put into place there, and then sound going to their microphones that you can see right here. So we'll talk first about scenic design. The design process is you read the play, develop ideas, research, and collaborate. So it starts with black and white, just what the playwright gives you on the paper. Not necessarily, in this instance, from a play, not necessarily NYC, but definitely modeled after. It can be any inner city environment where the public school system is under duress. However, the quick pace of the language is New York inspired and should be maintained in any setting present day. So present day gives us a lot. You're looking for something in an inner city. Also, we have undefined space. So as I said, designer, what does that mean for you? This is a space where location doesn't matter. It is sometimes an alternate reality, bleeding into reality. So we'll talk about this in a second, but you already know there's going to be a little bit of an abstract story before you. So as a set designer, you want to be able to tell that story. So this is what the original production at Lincoln Center came up with just those words, right? You see this. It's basically the break room for a teacher. You see a door in the back, a flag. The wall is very sterile, like cinder blocks, very high schoolish. You see a table with simple chairs. It's very modern, as you can see from the set design there. A mini fridge, microwave, and your typical trash can. This is with different lights, but still the same set. This is the abstract space they were talking about, right? Not in reality, a little more abstract. Again, here, more abstract. We see her desk and the chalkboard behind, but the actor over here is not, they're not in reality. Here's another version of that, as you can see, very similar with those ideas coming from the script, but different. Here's from that same production in the abstract world, right? The not reality. Here's another one in the not reality, and yet another production. You see it's very similar, has a little more in the background to it. So design advanced in the late 19th century, very similar to, how did that happen? When Stanislavski, right? Chekhov, which we learned in the last one, but Stanislavski, realism is the main thing that emerged during this time. Here's one of the first ever known realistic sets. As you can see, there's a bench, there's trees, all that kind of stuff. So the goals of set design artistically was, will it propel the action of the play? Does it serve the play? Will it communicate a sense of place to the audience? We saw that in those last sets where it tells the place very specifically. And will it have the aesthetic we want for the story, which is the look, the feel. Practically, is it suited to this theater? So you don't want to make a set design for a proscenium stage, right? Two sides to it, but you're doing it in a thrust stage or in the round, right? Can we afford it? Budgets are a big deal. We all have budgets, right? Theaters have budgets as well. And we have the technology. If you want to do those projections, you don't have a projector, you can't do it. So this is a very realistic set. You can see this like a Manhattan apartment. You can see two stories there, very inner city, very urban. You can tell this is nuns. They're in a church somewhere. And then we have abstract, right? This isn't realistic. They're just oblong shapes. Here you have the ideas of walls, but it's not realistic necessarily. It's still abstract. Here you have windows. We have a sense of place with the greenery there. You're outside, but then there's inside chairs. And here we have unit sets where things like Hamilton take place where there's it's one set that kind of encapsulates many different places. You can be on the battlefield, you can be inside a tavern, you can be inside their New York City house. This is for Hadestown, very similar. You go to hell and back, literally, in this musical. This is from a play called Life Sucks, where they go from inside the house to outside, all these different things. Practically, what they build a lot of sets with are flats, which is a piece of scenery, as you can see here, that's made with wood and canvas, and then they're painted to make it look like whatever you want it to look like this. It's used on every set imaginable, film set, television set, and especially on theatrical sets like you see here. It gives the idea of what a place, time. Now, right now, a lot of projectors are being used as scenery. So you can see there's basically abstract screens in the back, but it gives you a very specific type of place where you are, and it can move like water here. So it's very interesting. You can see that it's very abstract here as well, but there's water coming down with the projector, which you wouldn't be able to do otherwise. And we have set pieces, props. You know what that is. Set props, especially, are furniture and any object that the actor interacts with. You can see all the myriad of set props here. There's so many different things on this set. Here are many right here as well, a lot of lamps. Hand props are anything held by the actor, and personal props. They're worn by the actor. So there's 3 different types of props there: furniture, hand, and personal props. We will end it right here for this section and watch the video, and we'll see you in a bit.